In a world controlled by massive corporations, a steady aim and split-second decisions are needed for your megacon to complete its goals. Begin your missions at the Mercs Hub on beastsofwar.com. Keep your blaster handy, the West is a dangerous place. Fight to survive as men turn to monsters and the dead rise on the Wild West Exodus Hub at beastsofwar.com.
So, hi guys, welcome to What's in the Box. Myself and John are back for another look at some Wolsung. Right,
Yep.
A couple of characters today because I like the characters of Wolsung. So we actually have a tandem pair in this. So we have the cook and we have the kitchen boy.
Okay.
So,
and these are for Ashenoke, is it?
These are Ashenoke, yes.
Okay.
Of course, it's the hired help.
All right.
Have you ever known a gentleman to cook for himself?
Depends on the gentleman, I suppose, but no, probably not.
Yeah, so if you want to open that up,
Sure.
I'll show off the kitchen boy's card to begin with. So, what he has is this. So, 2 actions, movement of 6, fight 1, guns of 3, which is quite good, and reflex of 4, which is quite handy. He's also got an armor of 1, so I'm guessing that's him hiding behind the frying pan.
Surely that would be armor too, clearly. I mean, those things are reliable.
Well, I mean, it's funny. His first ability, frying pan mastery, sip of brandy, and frying pan. So, frying pan mastery. Friendly models in base to base with this model gain +1 armor. So,
So he does hold the frying pan up and goes ting.
Yeah. Oh, sir, you're a little exposed there. Sip of brandy, quick action. Target friendly model in base to base with this model gains +2 armor and mindless until the end of turn.
All right.
That must be some strong ass brandy. The mindless rule, what it does means that whatever he gives this to has to activate next if it's not within range of a hero, I think, if I remember correctly. And the frying pan obviously is what's giving him armor 1.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. So, he's just a little dude made out of metal, but he's one piece.
Yeah.
You know, I really like the idea of a one-piece mini. If you're just starting out, this is a nice little add-on to your forces.
Yeah, certainly
And
is.
he's got a massive clock on the back. Well, I suppose he has to make sure dinner doesn't burn.
Yeah, that's it. It'd be good if it was an egg timer as well.
It's quite cool to actually see that. Now, the cook, for his card, I'm hoping these two play off each other really, really well.
You think?
So, 2 actions, movement 5, fight of 4, strength of 6, 2 guns, and 2 reflex. So, he's a big guy. He's got no armor.
Yep.
So, keep the kitchen boy nearby, give him some armor.
Yep.
15 wound. Wow.
That's a lot of...
Yeah, well, when you compare it to the kitchen boy with 5.
Yeah, he's taken a lot more hurt.
Yeah, well, he's got hard to kill, which is always useful. That's if you're going down to
0. If you're
you're
taken to 0,
you stop at
you
1.
stop at 1
the first time. But if you go to 1, it negates it.
Right.
Because then you're going 1 to 0.
Yeah, so you can't see that.
As soon as you hit 1, you're on your last wound, you will die.
Yeah.
But if you have more than that, if I was even on 2 and went to 0 and then it knocks it back up to 1.
Yeah.
He's got hard pickled ingredients, a cleaver.
Do you mean handpicked?
Oh, handpicked, yes. Sorry. Dyslexia. So, hard to kill I've explained. Handpicked ingredients, quick action. This model needs to be in base to base with a market stall and you get to draw a card. Oh, that's handy.
That is kind of cool. He actually goes shopping in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, and the guys at MicroWare actually do make market stalls.
They do.
So you would actually have to designate which ones have stock.
Yeah.
His meat cleaver has got gruesome damage. So for every point of critical damage he does, it causes 2 wounds instead of 1.
Okay.
Which is really nice. Other than that, he's got a little bit of flavor text, but I'll read that later. So he's actually got a few bits to him. Oh, and a little bit of resin.
Yeah.
So his main body, he's a big dude.
He is quite chunky, isn't he?
And he's carrying everything he needs to cook dinner. So ladle, pouches, little spice box, armor plate just in case. The
couple of knives.
Oh yeah. The knives on the back are really nice.
Which are more like small swords than.
Well, he's an ogre, so
yeah.
You know the average sword is what he's going to use to fillet the steak. He's got big hefty cleaver with a cog on the back because you always need a cog on something in steampunk.
Yes.
And then in his other arm, he's got some carrots. So that's quite nice. And then of course he's got
a pot,
a little cooking pot.
He's got a pot that glues onto his back.
Yeah. So lunch on the go. Oh, so you're rather peckish. Would you like some goulash?
I can't get over the style of the models. I can't get over those little comic moments where it's like, you look at a model and go, he's holding carrots. Or, you know, something silly like the golem's like, that's clearly Pinky and the Brain or something like that.
Yeah.
And you just look at it going, this is...
The guys at Micro Arts have a great sense of humour for the Wolsung universe, because this is not a dark, gritty, nasty, gruesome world.
This is high society having to go at each other, and a few little, you know, mafia-esque sort of groups.
Hard workers. Very hard workers.
Very
legitimate businesses everywhere.
Legitimate business everywhere,
yes. My faction. Do not insult my faction.
Legitimate business for everyone!
You obviously do have the Von Rear who are a little bit darker, but even in there, you're going to see some comedy coming out. So, guys, I'll tell you what, we'll nip away, we'll get these built, and then I'm going to read some of the character fluff for these miniatures, because it should be hilarious. So, we'll be right back after this. We've got our cook and our kitchen boy built and primed, because they are metal, and so you'll get to see the details a little better with them primed. So, we'll start with our kitchen boy. So, here he is. He's just so cute.
It primed really well too, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's going to be interesting to see how we actually paint this, because white has always been an issue for me. And he's got a chef's hat on, so I know I'm going to have to paint white on this. Yeah,
but he is a chef after all, and chefs don't always look clean.
True.
Especially, I would say, in a steampunk universe, they're going to be quite sort of grubby and... Yeah. Especially the ogre. Jeez, like, he's going to be really messy, I think.
Well, speaking of the ogre, let's put our cook on a close camera. Look at him!
I can't get over how much of a beast he is. He's staring at the carrots.
He's staring at the carrots, yes.
He's considering the carrots.
He is contemplating the carrot.
He is contemplating in consideration of the carrot.
Yes.
And the applications of said carrot.
What shall I do with these? Shall I broil them, fry them, saute them?
Boil, fry, mash, or throw them in your face and jab your eyes with them.
It's the one thing I would have liked was to have seen an attack with the carrots. You know, just an eat your vegetables rule. You know, have it as that while he's in base to base with a friend, with the little cook, you can actually heal the kitchen boy by 3. But you have to pass a roll to actually see if the kitchen boy eats his carrots. I'd
actually prefer it if, you know, the eat your veg rule was, you know, attacks by this game, like, take, like, minus something off you, make you ill or something like that.
Foul cooking!
Certainly make him ill, that's for sure.
Hi. Yeah, alright, now which of these? This one has the flavour text.
Okay.
Sir, here's your tea, biscuits, and cucumber sandwich. Unfortunately, the cold salmon has spoiled. I had to use it to dispose of a certain rude gentleman with a flamethrower. Okay.
See what I mean? He could have totally used...
Not to worry, though. The lamb with mint sauce has survived.
He could have totally used the carrots as an offensive weapon.
Yeah.
He could have had some range. He could have had some guns.
Well, he has guns too, but he doesn't have a ranged weapon.
The carrots.
Yes, I know.
Are clearly the guns.
Well, hang on, John. If you want to come up with some house rules for it, I'm happy to let you play that.
Fine.
But he's Ashen Oak. So it would actually possibly be Warren who would have to come up with house rules for him.
Oh, no, you know that's dangerous. That's absolutely dangerous.
Well, Warren loves his gaming in the gaps.
He does.
Tell you what, here's the question for this one, guys. Drop us a comment below. If you were given the cook a ranged attack, what would it be? What would its strength be? Get us a stat line if you understand Wolsung's shooting. In the comments below, we'll pick one out. And
maybe we'll
actually put it into the top post as a house rule that you guys can play.
Yeah.
So, myself and John will move on here. You're happy enough, John?
Happy enough.
Right, we'll move on. We'll see you in the next video.
Become a general of mighty armies at the Kings of War Hub. Take command of elves, dwarves and orcs in this game of massed fantasy combat on beastsofwar.com. It's time for 28mm World War II action. Will you recreate history or reshape it your way? On the Bolt Action Hub at beastsofwar.com.